Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the ultimate single-player experience for Scum in 2024. The 0.96 update just came out, and it made a lot of changes that will make single-player a very, very exciting experience. And if you guys want to know what are the advantages of single-player, I feel it's the best way for new players to learn. But let's just bring up a list for you quickly. So my first major reason why single player is great, is a great experience in Scum, is because you become a PvE pro with reaction times and tactics, which I will show you an example of after I land on the island. Like in single player, there's no desync, there's no lag, there's no delay on puppet and sentry actions, which makes puppets and sentries a lot more dangerous, a heck of a lot more dangerous. Now, there was always a tactic in Scum where you could jump over rocks to get rid of a horde chasing you. But those tactics are gone now because you can't jump more than twice without losing all your stamina. So that complicates dealing with hordes a lot. The second reason for me is you can build a good-looking base without worrying about protection. Because you don't have to worry about being raided or, how protected your base is. You can really make something beautiful and get creative with your base. Build on the ocean, build next to a river, take over a house, take over whatever you want to take over. Like, you can build anywhere. So that's a very positive side. So you can actually play around with the base building system and actually build something that you want to build, and try and immerse yourself. The third one is you have zero lag and desync, so it's a very smooth experience. Server resets, your internet, server performance, nothing is going to spoil your experience when it comes to performance because it's completely reliant on your PC. The fourth one is you can't get raided. I've got 4 servers. So if you go to multiplayer, just want to show you guys here. If you go to multiplayer and you type in the server search Luthais, you'll see that I've got 5 servers. The one is just a test server, but I've got a PvP server. I've got a PvE server. I've got a solo and duo server, and then I've got an extreme hardcore server. Now, I've got a character on the meat grinder, which is basically the experience that we're going to do in this series. The only difference is the loot is on 0.5. So it's a very, very slow grind. So I would like to show you guys how much fun you can have with single player and how extreme you can make it. Okay, so our single player experience is going to be completely up to us, whatever we want it to be. So because I've got servers, I watch players a lot, I talk to players a lot, I see the behavior, I see how many people quit the server, I see what bothers people, and getting raided, which is reason number 4 for playing single player, and being killed, which is reason number 5 for playing on single player, is the biggest reason why people quit multiplayer. They don't really understand how much it impacts your gameplay when you're getting killed, or run into a camper, or get raided, and it makes it difficult for them to learn the game, and a lot of people are attached to their loot, so that's also a negative impact for them. The 6th reason is you can take your time and relax, okay? There's no rush. There's no rush to get geared and get a vehicle and compete with other players on the server. You can just do your own thing at your own time. The 7th thing is you can change the settings to what you want, which is very, very important. Now, I'm going to show you what is the ultimate experience for me, where I literally turn puppets into zombies, because the puppet damage is going to be times 10. The sentry damage is going to be times 10. And the numbers are going to be very, very high, making it a really serious challenge for me, where I can take my time and enjoy myself. So I've always got an itch to scratch that's why I've got an extreme hardcore server. So I was going to do, I could play on Meat Grinder, but I thought single player would challenge me more, and I can make a series out of it. And although I play on multiplayer servers, it's very important for me to challenge myself PvE-wise, you know, and just immerse myself more. So you can change the settings that in your playthrough to whatever you want. Okay, it's your choice. The next reason is you can build anywhere and get creative. Like I said, there's no map, there's no building restrictions, so you can literally build anywhere. Cargo drops land very close to you. For some people, it's negative. They like to go to the cargo drops, but with these settings of mine, I'm probably going to need to be prepared before I go for a cargo drop in any case, because a drop ship can come to a cargo drop, you know, which makes it dangerous. And there's going to be a ton of puppets around the cargo drop with times 10 damage. So, you know, going there with a bow might not be the best idea. And then it's the best way to learn the game by far, okay, because you don't have things distracting you, and it prepares you for multiplayer. So as soon as you've mastered the PvE side, multiplayer's puppets and sentries will be very, very easy for you, okay? Like, you won't worry about the PvE side of the game once you've mastered the puppets and the sentries and the razors and Brenner in single player. So when you go to a multiplayer server, you just work on your PvP skills because you've already sorted out your PvE skills, okay? So that's my top 10 reasons to start this ultimate, you know, the ultimate single player or the ultimate Scum experience. So we're going to go into single player. We're going to create a new character. So yeah, I'm going to call my guy Luthais. I'm going to keep my attributes the same. I'm going to give him some body hair. I'm going to give him an average private part. Then I'm going to go next. I'm going to go to hairstyle number 19 because that's my favorite hairstyle. I'm going to go with mustache 2, beard number 3. And then I'm going to go brown hair, blue eyes. And now this is for me the ultimate build. Like on strength, if you want to like get all your skills to advanced and you want to be like an extreme completionist, like I usually want to do, then you can start with brawling. But the most effective ultimate build in Scum at the moment is melee weapons, running. You can do rifles. On a PvP server, starting with advanced rifles is better. But on a single player, starting with melee weapons is better. Then thievery, and then engineering. A lot of people take advanced medical, but I will show you guys in this guide how easy it is to level up medical, okay? The reason I start with advanced engineering is because you're probably going to build a base. And starting with advanced engineering just makes your base building experience so much quicker and easier with the amount of resource that you have to gather and the amount of walking up and down you have to do. So it just starts you on the right foot, and you can repair armor immediately, okay? So that's my ultimate build. Now we're going to get into where I show you the difference between single player and multiplayer. So what I'm going to put on the screen right now is a clip of me spawning in 5 thin puppets in multiplayer, and then you can see how easy it is for me to deal with the puppets, okay? First of all, while I'm running away from them, they don't even get close to me. Even if I go to third person, you won't even see the puppet in my screen. So running away from puppets in multiplayer is easy, you know, unless you run out of stamina and you can't really jump over things. But then you will see that as soon as I show you that running makes you invulnerable to puppets, then I'm basically going to stop, you know, take out my weapon, and then show you my tactics for dealing with puppets in multiplayer, where you can see when I move side to side, the puppet can't hit me. Even if I just jog backward, a puppet can't hit me because of desync and lag. Okay, the puppets have a delay on them because the server is communicating with the with the host and with your PC. So there's a lot of time that goes by. So the puppet's actions are all actually delayed in multiplayer, and that's why you can't get hurt. And yes, you know, so it's an extremely easy experience, like I'm showing you in the clip right now. There's no real danger to it. Then next, I'm going to show you the single player. In single player, I'm going to spawn in the same 5 thin puppets, and when I'm running away from them, you guys will clearly see that they stay in my screen. I'm not getting away from them. That's because there's no delay, okay? So they can actually hit you while you're running. They can stagger you while you're running, which makes them extremely dangerous, which changes your tactics a lot from multiplayer. You know, and then once you get surrounded, because they've got no delay on their animations, they'll kill you like they killed me. So, yes, ladies and gentlemen, single player is a lot harder, PvE-wise, than multiplayer, and this is going to be the ultimate experience. So let's go. And don't turn new player protection on, because puppets won't be able to damage you for the first 2 hours that you're in game. Okay? But again, it's your choice. Okay, so here we go. We got a very interesting spawn because we're close to the big city. But yeah, we first want to change the server settings before we go on. And I want to share the settings with you guys so that you can try this out for yourself and then make changes as you see fit. So I'm first going to aim for a bush. Press F to open your parachute. We're going to aim for a bush from the get-go with the WASD keys so that I don't have to worry about puppets. Okay, so I'm going to land in the bush. And now we're going to look at the server settings. Okay, so all of these things I'm going to keep default. The only change that I'm going to do here is fame point penalty on death. When you get killed in multiplayer, you're going to lose 50% of your fame. Okay, and I want you to change this to 0.5 so that you can get used to that punishment, so that you can play more carefully, so that you can play more tactically, okay? So that you don't lose 50% of your fame. So I'm going to change this to 0.5. That's 0.5. Fame point reward on kill. I mean, I'm not gonna kill any players because it's single player. And then enable spawn on ground. Okay, so that's the first setting we save. Then if we look at the world, what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the base encounter multiplier to the max. You can't put it on 4, so the max is 3. And then I'm going to change the encounter horde group base character amount multiplier to 3. Okay, which is the max. And then I'm going to increase the encounter horde base character amount multiplier. So this is the group, this is just the base. I'm going to change that to 3 as well. If you're struggling with a constant horde spawning, then you can put this back to 1, okay? Because the groups can spawn repeatedly. But I'm going to go for max. And the rest of the things I'm going to leave just like it is, okay? Dropship world encounter. Yeah, we can leave that on. Enable dropship at abandoned bunkers. The dropships at abandoned bunkers are broken. So I'm going to turn that off because it drops a sentry when you fail the wire cutting. So that's just going to spoil your experience for you. But again, the world encounter, dropship world encounter. Okay, we're just going to turn off what we can turn off. So we disable that. Enable dropship base building encounters off. And then disable puppets. Not going to change anything here. And yeah, that's about it, guys. You can encounter a drop ship at a cargo drop, which I don't mind that at all. And the random encounters, we're gonna see how that works. Okay, I still feel you can hide in a bush, so it's not that bad. So yeah, I don't want to complicate it for you guys. So we're just gonna, the base building encounters are off, and the abandoned bunkers encounters are off. Okay, so we just apply that. Then next, the cargo drop cooldown timers is okay. It's 1 hour and 30 minutes to 2 hours. That's fine. I want you to change the cargo drop delay to 60 seconds. Okay, that you don't have to wait 10 minutes before it hits the ground. So yeah, just change this one to 60 seconds. Okay. Although 500, yeah, it's about 10 minutes in total normally. We're just going to change it to 2 minutes. And then we're going to keep that the same, Okay. So on respawn, what I'm going to do is I'm going to change a random respawn to 1,000. And I'm going to change the sector respawn to 10,000. Okay. Again, forcing me to play more carefully. Okay. That's the big thing for me. I have to play carefully, and I have to pay the price if I make a mistake. And then if I want to get clever with the sector, with the shelter spawn, I'm going to pay 10 gold there as well. And permadeath, I'm going to put on 10,000. Okay, so it's basically going to be like a 1 life challenge right from the start until I have more than 10,000 bucks in my account. Okay, so money is going to be a very, very high priority for me. You can lower any settings that you feel is a little bit too much for you. Okay, so you're going to apply that one. Okay, and then vehicles, fuel drain, put this on, I don't know, put this on 0.5, guys. You can put it lower, but we're going to just put the fuel drain on 0.5, okay? So then we're going to apply that because you run out of gas very, very quickly. We're going to have vehicles that we can build up or buy, so that doesn't matter. Okay, and then we're going to go to damage. Here is where the ultimate challenge starts. Okay, sentry damage, we're going to put to 10. The railgun damage, grenade damage, railgun damage, sentry damage multiplier. Now, basically, if we get hit, we die. Okay. If we get hit by a grenade, we die. Okay, so all of this is normal. And then zombie damage is times 10. Food decay and weapon decay is fine. And yeah, getting rid of dropships isn't that hard, guys. It's just the dropship that comes to you at an abandoned bunker, it drops off a sentry, and that's irritating. But I mean, just killing a dropship on its own, as soon as we get a pistol, we'll be able to kill the dropship. So that's nothing major. Okay, so sentry damage on 10, puppet damage on 10. But again, it says zombie damage. It's actually puppets in Scum. But we're going to call them zombies because it's like they can kill you, If they hit you, they can kill you really fast, just like zombies can kill you really fast. Okay, then we get into base building. I'm going to turn the base building element to like 200. I mean, it's single player. You can change this to whatever you want, guys. I'm just going to change it to I'm going to change it to like 300. You can make this 1,000 if you want. And then max expansions, if I want to expand it, I'll do the 200. And then weapon rack max amount per flag. Okay, 1 weapon rack. Yeah, 1 wall weapon rack. Let's change this to 2. I'd like to have 2 weapon racks on the floor and 2 weapon racks on the wall. Max amount. Well, the wells aren't really, effective in Scum, so it's fine. Turrets, you can only have 3 default. Because it's single player, we don't need a lot of turrets. And I mean, we're not really going to have a lot of turrets. We can make this, you can make this whatever you want, guys, whatever you want. We're going to make it 5 so we can protect our base from turrets. And then gardens, you can make this, you can do whatever you want here. I'm just going to keep it at 1. Okay. And yeah, that's about that. And then everything default. Spawn probability, like on Meat Grinder, on my extreme hardcore server, it's 0.5. But we're going to keep it on vanilla because I want to try and complete every quest in the game, or in the series. Okay, so finding items on vanilla is going to be good. And all the skills are normal. The quest. Oh, this is another thing that I'm going to change. I'm going to change the quests must reset for me every 2 hours. Of course, I'm going to try and complete all the quests. I want them to refresh every 2 hours. And then it's 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to make this 30 minutes. What are you doing? Just go 0. I'm going to make this 30 minutes. I'm going to make this an hour. I'm going to make this an hour and 30 minutes. Okay. So yeah, to do trader quests, I'm gonna have like an hour and a half. But again, I want to see how fast. I want some pressure when I'm doing quests. In the beginning, it's going to take me long to do quests because I won't have a vehicle. But as soon as I get a vehicle, I'll be able to do them. And of course, you've got the pressure of puppets. But we're basically just going to accept 1 quest at a time. But this will make quests a little bit more fun for us. And then turret attack prisoners, turrets attack puppets. Yeah, it's just the turrets that you have, which is not a problem. Movement is fine. Metabolism is fine. New player protection is off. I'm going to put Dina off. I'm going to put Dina off as well. And then custom zones, you can just go reset to make sure everything is normal. Okay. And then all I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the main menu to save these settings. And then I'm going to go continue. Okay. And now I just want to make sure the server settings are applied. So I'm going to go to damage immediately. The damage is exactly what I want it to be. Okay. And that's it. Now, let's get started. Remember, my main goal is to finish all the quests. Okay? Like, I won't be able to be done with the quests, but I want to try and do every quest so that I can show you guys where to find the items and stuff like that, and then I want to survive as well. So, let's get started. Okay, now, if you guys want to learn how to play Scum, this is not the video for that. This is just to give you guys a phenomenal experience that you can change to, you can change the settings to whatever you want. I'm just going to be going through my thought pattern and my plans with you guys, and then I'm going to skip, a lot of the video just to show you my progress. So my priority now is to craft a stone knife, to cut down a bush, to get rope and a stick, to get an axe. And with the axe, I'm going to cut down a tree, make myself a bow with a bunch of arrows. And then my first priority is going to be to kill puppets from a distance until I've got about basic archery at least, because my character will be too slow with a bow, with no skill. And then I want to slowly focus on making money. Now, the city might look like a great way to make money, but thread is going to be very important for me to make a better quiver. Thread is just extremely important because you can repair your clothing. You can repair clothing that you get from puppets. So my first priority is to get geared with stuff that I find from puppets and stuff that I can craft. So, that I'm not just solely relying on finding specific loot. If I find it, great. If I don't find it, it's fine. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here. I'm going to make myself a stone knife, put it in my hand, then make a stone axe head, put the knife in my hand, put the stone axe on me, cut down the bush, cut the small sticks into long sticks, or long stick into small sticks. Select 5 small sticks to make tree bark rope. Go to the crafting menu, go to currently craftable, craft the stone axe. Go to the first tree I see, cut it down, cut the branch, hold in focus mode so I can see where the sticks went to. Come and stand at the end because this is usually where the short sticks are. And then I want to see about 6 long sticks close to me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's get a bit closer. There's an okay. So I just want to see 6 long sticks close to me, and I want to cut all of them into small sticks. Then I want to cut up my willy warmer and my undershirt for 3 rags. Then I want to craft tree bark rope for my backpack. Craft the improvised courier backpack. Drag it at the top of the screen to equip it. Craft another tree bark rope to craft the bow. And then I'm going to craft a 35-pound bow because I want to be far away from the puppet. So I want the arrow to travel as far as it can. Equip the bow and then craft arrows with the auto craft. And that gives me about 16 arrows, which is fine. And very, very importantly, I want to sneak as much as I can when I'm close to puppets. I want to be very careful around forests and point of interest because as soon as 2 puppets see me at the same time and they scream, they can alert a horde. And a horde's going to be very, very dangerous for me at the start. So I want to move into a bush. There's another puppet there. And then I want to try and kill this puppet from a distance. And I want to move slowly because puppets can spawn inside of bushes and inside of trees. So I don't want any puppet to hear me. And if I'm not quiet, they can hear me. I want them to only be able to see me, to minimize the chances of puppets aggroing on me. Again, I'm going to try and kill this puppet from a distance. And you can mouse scroll wheel forward once just to crouch walk a little bit faster. I don't hear any puppets. Okay, and then I'm going to be very, very careful until I've got about basic archery. Now, I'm not going to move towards farming puppets at the big city is a good idea, okay? But the big city is a dangerous place, and you're going to be tempted to go in there and act like Rambo, and you're probably going to die. So I'm going to walk down this road. I'm going to loot these points right here. It's like a farmhouse, so I can kill a few puppets here, and then I'm going to move to that town. Now, farms are excellent places to get some food, okay, and some basic resources. And I'm not running all the time because of puppets spawning inside of bushes, inside of trees. I want to be more silent, and just see when they spawn. And then there was a river behind me. You guys can't see it, but there was a river, and I drank from the river 3 times because every time you drink, it gives you about 200 milliliters. Actually, you don't need more than 400 milliliters when you're drinking water, but I always drink about 600 milliliters. Just to make sure that I don't struggle with water. And like I say, little farm places and little settlements are really good to get some food. And they usually, with these puppet settings, there will be quite a few puppets here. But I want to make sure that I don't get surrounded. Again, I don't want to let more than 1 puppet see me, because that's going to be dangerous. And this bow is the right bow. The 35-pound bow really, really helps you with distance, because with a 20-pound bow, I will have to get a little bit closer which isn't a good idea. So buildings like these are like supermarkets. You can get food inside of them. Again, I'm just going to sneak. Look inside these things. I'm just going to sneak because there are sleeping puppets. And again, I don't want more than one puppet to aggro on me. Searching does make a sound. Just be aware that searching makes a noise. Okay, we got some money from the safe, which we'll put below our bank card. We don't really worry about destroying our bank card because we're on single player. Nobody can steal our money from us. Black pepper, that's an awesome find. An awesome, awesome find. Black pepper and salt is going to be very, very, very important at the start. I just want to see. I don't really like eating fat foods, but you guys can eat whatever you want. Me personally, I don't like eating fat foods. And I just press tab to see if there's anything in my vicinity. Got some onion here in the kitchen. Got instant oatmeal on the bed, which is excellent for carbs because carbs protect your protein. So I'm not going to eat it now because I want to keep my energy below 50% so that my dexterity can passively build up. Found a box of nails, which is excellent because now I can make a club with nails. But I'm going to take out 10 of the nails so I can have a stack. I mean, the nails don't really weigh anything. So I just want a stack of 10. I want one stack of nails. There we go. So we've got nails with us now. Just remember, the bigger the settlement is, guys, the bigger the town is, the bigger the point of interest is, the more are the chances that you're going to be overwhelmed by puppets, which will spawn a horde. Like, I know there's a puppet there, so I'm trying to kill this one as fast as possible. Because I know as soon as the more puppets you allow to scream, the more the chances are of a horde. Which is very, very, very dangerous. And again, I want to get to basic archery as soon as possible, just for many, 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 many reasons. I'm going to grab the matches so I can make a fire because cooking is quite important in Scum. Now, the first thing you need is to find a cell phone so you can start quests. So we're going to be searching almost all the puppets that we kill. For now, we're just going to safely farm them, move slowly so that we don't get surprised. And that's why I didn't craft a lot of arrows. Because I'm not planning on taking on multiple puppets at the same time. Like I say, little farmsteads are great. And you don't really want to jump. You want to walk against the wall and then vault over it. So that it just takes a little bit of your stamina. Because as soon as you jump, it takes about 50% of your stamina. We're going to eat this potato. Armored puppets are really, really good for leveling up your archery because they take a lot of shots. You can't eat potatoes regularly because it causes food repulsion. So just eat one potato at a time. Now I want to focus this one puppet. And I want to shoot him in the armor so I can get as many shots as I can. There we go. Wild cherries, trees, trees like this that gives you food is very, very, very nice. I know I said I wanted to stay below 50% or close to 50%, but I'm not going to waste, I'm not going to waste this food. And so that you don't run into other puppets to search a puppet, because searching puppets can give you some nice quest items, but I like to hit them twice, wait for them to see me. That is a quest item. I'm not going to collect duct tape just yet. I don't have enough inventory space, and you need 10 duct tape to complete that quest. But a needle is definitely an easy quest, so we're going to keep that. But yeah, I like to hit them, twice, So that, like, thin puppets you're going to kill with one shot, but all the other puppets you can hit twice. Wait for the puppet to see you and let it come closer to you. Because if you have to, go and loot it, there could be puppets around it that could surprise you. Now, the reason we're going down this road, guys, because I want to get to a gas station as soon as possible. Okay, and there's a gas station there. I can get lucky with loot at certain points of interest, but there are safe places to get. There are safe places to find clothing, and there are very dangerous places to find clothing. Like, you can find clothing in the big city, but that's dangerous. And there's also a dangerous place because it's a big town. You can find a lot of clothing in the little small sleeping barracks in the boot camp, but that's extremely dangerous because of sentries and puppets and suicide puppets. So I want to get to this gas station. Okay, just to tell you what I'm planning. I want to get to this gas station, see if I can get lucky. Then what I want to do is I want to travel to that little town because it's smaller than that town. See if I can get something there. Then I want to go to the castle because I'm probably going to get a sporin bag there, which will help me with my inventory space. I can get a medieval sword, which will help me protect myself against puppets. And medieval swords I can sell, which is also very, 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 very good. And then, after the castle, I'm going to walk onto the mountain and then search this radio tower because there is a barracks there that I feel is safer to find clothing. And from there, I'll go to the trader, okay, and see what I can do. Just to share my thought patterns with you. Okay, I've killed the thin puppet and I found a cell phone. Okay, so as soon as you've got the cell phone, that's your first quest. You can't do any quest until you found a cell phone. Okay, so we found a cell phone. We don't have to worry about that. Now we can actually start doing quests at traders. The other reason why I don't like running is you guys can see when I jog, I don't lose stamina. So if I run into a bad situation, I can travel quite a lot of distance, before I have to panic. If I spawn a horde by mistake. But as soon as I run, I'm losing stamina all the time, and then I can get in, I can run, and the puppet is in that bush, and the puppet's in that bush, they aggro on me, and then I've just got like 30% stamina left, and then I'm in trouble. So that's another reason why I like jogging. I run when I can, but jogging is just way safer, because if you look at the difference, when you run, you can run, like it's going to stop soon now, okay, because your run speed is directly connected to your stamina. So you can run 23 kilometers per hour, you can jog 12 kilometers per hour. So yes, it's going to take you double the time to get somewhere, but your survivability goes up, which is very, very important. And again, your run speed is directly related to your stamina. So if you run and then run into trouble, if you run until you've got 30% stamina left and then you run into trouble, then you're going to be much slower, which, makes your chance of getting away from the puppets much harder. And I'm going to run now, and I'm going to show you how my running speed decreases as my stamina decreases. You guys can literally see there, my running speed is getting slower as my stamina is getting less. So the stamina affects your run speed. Okay, I just chopped down a tree so that I've got a plank in my vicinity. So I'm going to craft the club quickly. And then as soon as I've crafted the club, I can add the nails to it to make it a nailed club, which is a better tool than what I have at the moment. You can make a metal sword, which is even better. But I mean, we are planning on going to the castle where we're going to get a better item as well. And what the first thing I want you guys to do to master your PvE skills is to to go into combat mode. You go into combat mode with pressing V, hold shift and press H, and make sure it's on manual. not semi-automatic, not automatic. Make sure it's on manual, okay, that you don't lock onto targets. It's just going to help you a lot. Deal with puppets better instead of like cheating against them and, you know, locking onto them and stuff like that. And the best way to protect yourself against the horde, guys, is to get onto something. Okay, like get onto high ground so that the puppets can't get to you. Like we could jump onto a wall. I don't know if we could jump onto that. You know, you could close it. You could close. Let's say puppets are running at you. If there's a window, that's dangerous, you know. But you can open doors. Like if you're looting a town, you can open a door so long. So let's say I'm looting this town, and I don't want to die. Okay, I haven't used these doors before, but you want to get onto the door quite quickly. Okay, so you can get onto the door and not fall off. You know, so get onto the door. They just jump, okay? So an open door can help you to deal with a horde. And a horde is more likely to happen in a town. So if you leave doors open, you can get onto the roof easily, and the horde can't get you. Now, I was searching this building, I heard a puppet, and then the puppet heard me searching. So be very careful not to ignore puppets while you're searching. And if you want to deal with a puppet, peek around a corner. See, that puppet can't see me because I'm peeking. Okay, he's going to open up this door, but he doesn't know where, she doesn't know where I am because I'm peeking. Now I can deal with this guy. That's why I didn't want to interact with her, because I know he would have aggroed, and then I could have spawned a horde. And I always want to make sure I've at least got 12 arrows. Like I'm picking up the glue now, but at minimum I want to make sure I've got 12 arrows, and it's very easy to do that. You just quickly craft the stone knife, cut down the bush, you know, and then fill up your arrows. Like, you can have more arrows if you're scared, but it doesn't matter how many arrows I lose. I never want to have less than 12 arrows. And yes, guys, never ever skip pharmacies. Okay, pharmacies can help you a lot. They can give you scissors that helps you to cut more rags from clothing. They can give you bandages, antibiotics in case you're going to struggle with an infection. Like, pharmacies are extremely important, and they can give you clothing. Like, they can give you vitamins, okay, which will help with your vitamins. They can give you charcoal, which you can sell for quite a bit of money. Bandage packs, batteries, which is useful for night vision. Masks, which is a quest item. Yeah, but again, that's doctor quest items. But I'm going to collect the quest items and like bury them close to the traders, not inside the traders, just close to the traders. And the medical pants gives me more inventory space, and I can get like medical shirt. There I get the scissors, which is really, really good, and there I get the shirt, which isn't better, but at least I can hand it in whenever I get to the traders. And I look a little bit better now. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Probably the most important item in the game, you know, when you without relying on luck to finding the items that you need. So I'm going to drop the extra activated charcoal for the thread. because inventory space is extremely, extremely important in this game, I can actually get a lot more inventory space right now. Okay, a lot more inventory space. First thing I'm going to focus on is a quiver, and I need a puppet for a quiver. And remember to eat along the way, guys. Anything you find, corn, potatoes, because corn has 148 milliliters of water. Okay, so just eat something every now and then. And then once you start getting exhaustion, which a lot of people complain about, we're going to start cooking our food, which I will show you guys later. Okay, we're close to the gas station and another point of interest, so I'm not going to run. I'll basically just run when I'm far away from points of interest, like empty roads, and puppets don't really spawn there. But one thing I want you guys to remember is if you play on easier settings, if you're going to do this on easier settings, then have fun. But if you're going to play on the settings that I've given you, if you lose respect or focus for the environment that you're in and the danger that you're in, for 1 second, you're going to die. Okay? So, and remember, like, permadeath is $10,000. So, you might think you're wasting time by jogging. But I want you to stay patient, because once you rush and make a mistake, you're going to waste a lot more time trying to get back to your body, or, losing half your fame. Not that we've got any fame at the moment, but yeah, I just want you to take your time, enjoy the experience, immerse yourself in the experience, and remember all the steps, that we've discussed in the past. Opening up doors in towns in case you activate a horde, being careful of puppets, because as soon as you spawn a horde, things are going to go wrong extremely quickly. Now, I'm still looking for one puppet, because I can craft a quiver immediately, which is going to give me 6 extra inventory slots. But we could get luckier. Again, I don't see any puppets, but I'm moving slowly, because the puppet spawn system is still, the encounter system is still very, very dangerous and buggy, and it can be very frustrating. I found a bicycle, but I'm not going to ride that bicycle, because it's too slow and it can get you killed. There's a puppet. Okay. I'm going to take it slow. First search him. And then I need to cut him up. So because we don't have inventory space, we can't even carry a knife on us. That's why inventory space is so important. I'm going to get a stone knife. And guys, don't worry the fact that I threw away the axe. Okay? We can craft an axe really, 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 really fast. I'm going to cut him up. And with the stone knife in my hand, I'm going to right click on the bone, craft the needle, which is extremely important. With the bone needle and the thread, I can craft an improvised sewing kit. And that item is extremely, extremely important. I'm just going to drop the other needle here. I'm going to make sure that I don't get lucky with something here. Okay, I didn't get lucky, but there is food here. Now, I just wanted to make sure that there's no quiver or a backpack, okay, back here. And then I need his skin. There's his skin. Now, because I've got the skin in my area, I only need a skin, a cutting tool, and I've got the stone knife in my vicinity. and the sewing kit to make a quiver, which is going to give me 6 extra slots, where at the moment I've only got 9, 10. If I didn't find the other pants, I would have only had 12 slots. So this increases my slots by 6, which is extremely, extremely, extremely good. I'm going to take the bobby pins. And now when I kill puppets, I'm looking for clothing, like military pants and jackets. So I can repair the pants and the jacket for more inventory space. Well, we found a bigger backpack, which is good, and we can repair it because of the improvised sewing kit we have. And that gives us more space, which I definitely needed. I was relying on the clothing from the puppets to help me with this problem. But now I don't have to rely on clothing from a pup. How much is space is that? That's more space. So I'm going to take that. And I'm going to put the light items in clothing that can't take a lot of weight. Like this clothing can't take a lot of weight. So I'm going to put the light items in there. And yeah, you need 2 skins. You need 2 puppet skins to craft a bigger backpack. And this backpack is only 4x4. A crafted courier backpack is 5x5. Now, the first thing that we're going to do is get the stone knife again. And the scissors that we found is going to be very, very helpful now. Okay, unfortunately, the puppet disappeared, guys, but that's fine. Okay, that's fine. You can't cut a puppet up with scissors, but what you can do is you can use clothing for rags. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use clean clothing for rags. So I'm going to take the scissors in my hands. And I think you can use dirty clothing, but I'm going to use clean clothing, immerse myself. So I'm going to take the scissors in my hands, and now I'm going to cut up the clothing because you need 6 rags for this improvised backpack. You need 2 skins, which I wanted to get from the puppet, and then you need 2 rope, which we're going to get. Okay, that's dirty, but the durability is good. So at least the durability is good. And then I'm going to cut up this. Okay, so there I've got 6 rags. I can minimize the space that it takes by selecting 5 and then selecting strip, making a bundle. So instead of the 5 rags taking up 5 slots, they're only going to take up 2 slots plus the extra one, which is going to be 3 instead of 6 slots. So put that there, put that rag there. So now I've got the rags for it. Now, as soon as I uncraft that, I'll have the rags for it. I need the rope. And I do have a cutting tool. I definitely have a cutting tool. Because if we refresh it, it will say that we've got the cutting tool because we've got the stone knife. So we only need the rope and the 2 skins. Grapes are very, very important because, again, gives you 85 milliliters of water and gives you 19 carbs. So it helps with water and carbs, which protects your protein. So yeah, I think I'm going to eat like 4 grapes or something. And then we're going to move towards the castle. Now, we haven't encountered a lot of puppets, guys. That's purely because we've been staying close to very small points of interest, okay? As soon as you go to the city or big towns or airfields, things get harder. So the challenge that you create for yourself is highly dependent on where you loot. But I actually want 2 puppets now because I need 2 skins. And then you can make mental notes of where the cars are in case you want to build them up later. Yeah, I actually want 2 puppets now. I need 2 puppets to craft the backpack. Okay, that puppet saw me. So I want to get her skin, put it on me, and then, you know, or like kill her, and then if I didn't have enough backpack space, kill one, find another one, let the other one run to me, you know, where the first one is, and then chop them both up to get both their skins, and then cut up their clothing right where they are for the rags, you know, and then get to a bush and craft the other stuff that you need. So I'm going to take, and I've already crafted the 2 rope. I'm going to take her skin, and then I need another skin. Yeah, I've got the 5 rags in the bundle. I've got everything. I just need 1 more skin. So I literally need 1 more puppet. There's a puppet in here. Okay, so that puppet I killed, I couldn't find the skin. Sometimes when you kill a puppet inside a house, the parts glitch through walls and stuff like that. But in any case, we got our other skin. Okay. So now we can improve our backpack space quite a bit, because 4x4 is only 16 slots, where 5x5 is 20 slots. Okay. So now we can craft the biggest backpack that you can actually craft. And there we go. We are progressing very, very nicely. And I did pick up a mushroom, guys, because I want to cook food at some point. And now that I've got extra inventory space, I'm going to look for a kitchen knife. A kitchen knife just works way, way, way better than oh, I thought that was salt. Goodness gracious. Yeah, it works way better than a crafted knife. Okay, so that's what we're going to look for. Actually, we can craft a knife. So let's just go to items. And then this thing takes duct tape. We don't have duct tape. But this one takes 1 scrap metal, rope, and a toolbox. Okay, so we need to find a toolbox, which won't be that difficult. There we find the perfect knife. And this is actually better than the club, but the club has more reach. Okay, so we're going to put the needle in there so that the loot space makes sense. And there we find a big toolbox, which is very, very nice. And we find a nice cutting tool for when we want to craft the base. So that's really, 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 really nice. Find lead plating. And you can hold in control and then mouse scroll wheel to change your height, so you can see through the window better. And then just hold control and scroll mouse wheel up, all the way up, so that I'm sure there's a puppet in that bush. I just can't see a move yet. And 1 quest is 3 glue, so we're going to start collecting the glue now that we've got more inventory space. See, I can see your leg. I can see your leg in there. very, very, very dangerous, guys. Puppets inside of bushes and trees are very, very, very dangerous. Now I'm hoping there's a car. Yeah, there's a car. Okay, and a car is what's going to give us the scrap metal we need. Okay, because of the rag durability, because we use dirty rags, this knife's durability is not very high, and we've got the cleaver in any case, okay? So just remember the item's durability that you use to craft something, because that will affect the durability of the other things. And because we're on our way to that place, I'm just going to use these shoes for now. I can, take shoes from puppets and repair that with a sewing kit. But I don't want to waste the sewing kit on that. And I'm still looking for... We're looking for military clothing, but we need to find military puppets for military clothing. Okay, I want to get out of here now because the puppets are starting to spawn in. Yeah, I'm going to run to that town and then get to the castle, guys. I just want to get a better shirt. Okay, this is our largest POI that we've searched so far. Not the largest we're going to search, but it is the largest POIs that we've searched so far. And when it, lying down is like just pressing X is a nice way to regain your stamina, especially if you've jumped by mistake. Like if I jump and I lie down immediately, look how fast I recover the stamina that I lost. Extremely, extremely fast. Okay, so if you jump by mistake, just lie down immediately. Now, on the one hand, I'm hoping for a lot of puppets because you're going to level up my archery, and it's giving me a better chance to find military pants and like a military jacket or something for more inventory space. And on the other hand, I'd like to loot the place safely. Garlic is very important, guys. It acts like an antibiotic. So if you get hurt and you're struggling with an infection, or if you get hurt and you see an infection starts, eat the garlic immediately. It's a natural antibiotic. That was very, very, very dangerous. The fact that I just leapt in there was very, very dangerous. Without checking, and this is going to be good. That's going to give me a little bit more inventory space. But still, I need military pants and I need a military jacket. Another cell phone from the puppet. Good thing about having a saw on you guys is you never struggle with arrows. Very, very fast tool. Very, very, very fast tool. So I need 4 arrows. And I don't have a use for the toolbox at the moment, but what I can do with the toolbox is fix. There's another puppet. Is fix the saw to be 100% durability and get rid of the excess weight. Finally, we got good pants. So these pants are giving us 6 inventory slots, but they're not very good for camouflage. Not that you need to focus on camouflage on a PvE server, but again, from 6 slots to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and extra. So we can fit more than 6 items in here. There's 6, and now we can add these odd sizes, in here as well. Like the money and the bank card and stuff like that. So that's very, 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 very nice. Very, 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 very nice. And we're looking better. We're looking better, except for the boots that we've got on. We're looking good. So here we get to the workbench, guys, so we can free up space and carry weight. We're just going to stand in front of it and repair the saw, which is going to be about 5% of the time. Actually, exactly 5% of the time. Just need a workbench and a toolbox to repair a cutting tool. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to drop the wooden club with nails because the cleaver is better And I've got enough confidence in myself to use it properly. And now I'm looking for bolts because armor can save your life as well. You know, and relying on luck to find something is not a good idea. So armor takes 4 skins. We can collect 4 puppets easily at a dangerous place. 5 scrap metal and 7 bolts. So we need to collect 7 bolts and 5 scrap metal. We don't need to collect puppets. We can just go to a place where there's a lot of puppets. So that's what we're focusing on now, is getting 5 scrap metal. Yeah. And then the bolts. And you can turn scrap metal into bolts at a workbench. What do I mean? You can literally just collect the scrap metal. Like when you're in front of a workbench, you can turn scrap metal into bolts and nails. Which makes things a lot easier. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm quite happy with what we look like. Okay, it's just the military jacket that we couldn't find. But yeah, I think that's it for day 1. If you guys enjoyed it, do me a favor and click that like button. The inventory is a little bit weird. Yeah, I can always find another mushroom. I could sell that item. Yeah, click the like button if you enjoyed the video. Tell me what settings you're gonna use for your own little challenge to make it fun for yourself. And yes, in part 2, we're going to start doing more interesting points of interest. Like, we've kept it very, very safe with small towns, low puppet numbers. But in part 2, we're going to be doing the castle, which is bigger than any point of interest we've done so far. We're going to do the radio station, which is bigger than anything we've done so far. And yeah, I'm hoping to get quite a few puppets at the castle because I've got the bolts now. And I've got the scrap metal that I need. Okay, so to craft that armor, I've got everything. I just need the 4 skins. We literally just need puppets. But because I'm triple carrying, I dropped my bow. So yeah, that's it. I'm happy. I don't have any exhaustion. We'll combat exhaustion with cooking food, which we'll do later on. But yeah, I'm basically just going to sleep in a bed. Get used to sleeping in beds or crafting a bed and sleeping in it. It's going to help you a lot in the future. So we're going to sleep in a bed, and then I'll see you guys in part 2. If you want to see more, click the subscribe button. And like I say, if you want to learn about Scum, just watch the videos at the end of the video. Or just check the end of the video, where I will show you 100 tips for new players, 100 advanced tips, and the ultimate guide for Scum. Cheers, guys.